Today we're going to be reviewing some fake Beybladex Beys from the YCF brand. So as you guys can see here, we have some CX Beys from the YCF brand. So these are just retools from already existing Beys, but these look amazing. Now as always, we're going to be reviewing every single part of the Beys. We're going to be weighing them and we're going to be seeing if the parts fit in well with each other. Alright, let's start off with our first Bey. We have the CX Unicorn. Oops, I dropped one of them. So here we have this amazing white metal coat unicorn. So this is just a retool of Pegasus Blast. As you guys can see, we have the Blast main blade, but we have it in this white and sort of gold yellowish color. And honestly, they absolutely cooked. Let's take apart the Bey and let's start off with the blade. We have the unicorn blade. I don't know what we should call this. Should we call this just Unicorn Blast? I don't know. Give me some suggestions in the comments down below. So because this is a CX blade, we have three parts. Let's start off with the lock chip. We have this unicorn lock chip. And honestly, I really like this design, even though it is quite simple. Let's compare it to the Unicorn Sting gear chip. And yeah, you can definitely tell that it is in fact a unicorn. Now this is just a normal lock chip, no metal, no anything. So let's move on to the main blade. We have the Blast main blade. And comparing it to the TT one, you can definitely see that they did change the plastic. So the plastic now sticks out way more, and I think this is gonna add some weight, but we'll have to weigh this because I think that the metal that YCF uses is way lighter than the TT one. And for some reason, there are no screws on the main blade, so you can just take apart the plastic from the metal. And I think that the reason why they did this is to make it easier to customize, so you can just take apart the plastic part, and for example, take apart the one from the TT one and just put it on, so you have a fully white Blast main blade. Which is a pretty good idea because the way CX works, you don't need screws on the main blade to keep it from coming apart, because when you put the lock chip in, just like this, the plastic has nowhere to go because it is locked in. Now moving on to the assist blade, we have the slash assist blade, and for some reason, all of the CX Beys come with slash. So now I have a million slash assist blades, which is kind of funny, but I'm also pretty mad because on the listings, on the renders, these did not come with slash assist blades. Unicorn is supposed to come with Assault, and the other Beys, like for example Drake, is supposed to come with Turn. So I did kind of get misled because I thought I was going to get other assist blades, but now you know that they all come with slash assist blades. But on the bright side, the lock chip is pretty tight. It is actually so tight that you have to use the CX tool to help you lock it in, which is always better than having your lock chip being insanely loose. Now let's weigh the Blast main blade retool. 28 grams. Okay, so this is lighter than the TT one. The TT one weighs 33 grams. So this is a lot lighter. It is 5 grams lighter, which is a massive difference. Now let's weigh the full blade. 34 grams. Okay, this is a decent weight for a normal Beybladex Bey, but for a CX Bey, this is very light. Now let's move on to the ratchet. We have this custom 4-sided ratchet. So compared to a normal 4-sided ratchet, the contact points are insane. Like they stick out way more than a regular 4-sided ratchet, which this is amazing. I love when fake brands just innovate and do something new. Like this really makes the Bey feel like a unique Beyblade and not just some random fake Beyblade. And it locks in super well. Now for the bit, we have an orange taper bit and it looks pretty nice. And it does have a screw inside so that it won't explode in battle. Let's see if the bit fits in well with the ratchet. And yeah, it fits in super well. And here we have our CX Unicorn. It honestly looks super good. Apart from it being pretty light for a CX Bey, everything is very nice. Now let's move on to our next Bey. We have the CX Drake. And just look at this thing, this is beautiful. You can definitely tell that it took the colors from Impact Drake and the lock chip design from Cobalt Dragoon. Let's take a look at the blade. Let's start off with the lock chip. Amazing, absolutely amazing. You can definitely tell that they took inspiration from Cobalt Dragoon and it looks amazing. I think I've said the word amazing like 10 times already, but it just truly looks amazing. And sadly, there is a tear in the sticker. Now let's move on to the main blade. For the main blade, we have a Reaper main blade in this blue metal coat. And you can definitely tell that they changed the plastic design. Honestly, they didn't change it that much, but it does look very cool with the red and blue details. And for the assist blade, like I've said, they all come with slash. But this one is a red transparent one, which just looks amazing. Let's check the weight of the main blade. 27 grams, so this is also lighter than the TT one. This has to be one of my favorite fake Beys of all time. Like you can definitely tell that they put in the effort with the lock chip, with the colors. It just looks stunning. Hasbro should definitely be taking notes from these fake brands because oh my god, man. Now for the ratchet, we have a normal 4-sided ratchet. This is not an enhanced one like we had on Unicorn. This is just a normal one. And it comes in this red transparent color. And it does fit in well with the blade, but there is no clicking sound. Now for the bit, so for some reason this came with a ball bit, but the funny part is this has high burst resistance. Now I'm not sure if the bits are randomized because I do believe that some other people have gotten the flat bit instead of the ball, but I have the ball bit. And let's see if it fits in well. Yeah, it does. But for the test battles, I am going to swap out the ball bit for the flat bit because this is an attack type Beyblade. And here we have the CX Drake fully assembled. This looks amazing, like they cooked, they absolutely cooked. And just like Unicorn, give me a name suggestion in the comments down below. Now let's move on to our next Bey. We have this Wolf CX retool. So we do already have a CX version of Wolf, we have Wolf Hunt, but as you guys can see, they completely changed the color scheme. And honestly, the details on the retool are just way better than the OG one. Let's start off with the lock chip. We have this pink Wolf lock chip, and honestly, it looks pretty clean. And I think that this is a cyborg wolf because it has some electronics on its neck and ears, which is honestly so cool. I'm glad that they're being creative with the avatars. Now for the main blade, we have a retool of Arc, and honestly, I think this is one of my favorite retools yet. Because comparing it to the OG Arc, you can see that they closed off the gaps in the Arc main blade. The main weakness of the Arc main blade was these two gaps because they just made it lose so much stamina and create too much recoil, but now they're completely gone. And you can see that the blade starts going up and then it goes down. Like, this is so cool. And this main blade has a ton of small details. And just like all the other main blades, there are no screws, so you can take apart the plastic from the metal. Now for the assist blade, just like all the others, we have Slash, and this one comes in a purple color, and we also do have some glitter inside, which is pretty nice. Now let's check the weight of the main blade. 28 grams compared to the real Arc main blade. Oh, 29, so these are pretty similar. So unlike the other main blades, this one is just a little bit lighter than the real one. Now let's check the weight of the full blade. 35 grams. Now for the ratchet, we have another full ratchet on steroids, but unlike the one that came with Unicorn, this one is a bit different. So as you guys can see, the white part on the ratchet is now the same color as the ratchet, and it's all in one piece, so we can't actually take the ratchet apart. So it is pretty similar to a simple ratchet. But unlike simple ratchets, when you use a high resistance bit, you still have high burst resistance. This is so cool that a fake brand did this. There is some innovation going on, and it is overall a better system than the simple ratchets because these simple ratchets are known for damaging your blade and also breaking. And it fits in super nicely with the blade. Now for the bit, we have a dark blue ball bit, and it has high burst resistance. So this is gonna make the base super OP. And here we have our CX Wolf retool fully assembled. Now let's move on to our next Bey. We have a Turtle CX retool. So this is a CX evolution to Black Shell, and the lock chip design is amazing. Like, the amount of details is crazy. Here we have the blade, so the lock chip, we just talked about it. Here we have the main blade, and this is a retool of the dark main blade. So instead of having these 3 plastic slopes sticking upwards, we have 6 spikes on each side. So these spikes do stick out, so they are gonna make contact with the opponent. Now let's check the weight. 30 grams. Okay, comparing it to the TT one. Also 30 grams. Okay, so for the first time, we have an accurate weight. Now for the assist blade, we have another assist blade in this mustard color. I don't know why they chose this color. The same color as the lock chip would have made a lot more sense, but it's okay, I guess. Now for the ratchet, we have another 4-sided ratchet on steroids, and it is the simple mechanism. And it fits in well with the blade. And for the bit, we have a mustard ball bit, and again with high burst resistance. And here we have our CX Turtle retool. It looks pretty cool. Now let's move on to our next Bey. We have, what is this? I have no clue what this is. This looks like a sort of fire monster. I have no clue what this is. This kind of looks like a dragon from How to Train Your Dragon, but instead of the eyes being green, they're orange. If you guys know what this is, just let me know in the comments down below. And the contact points on this look crazy. So for the lock chip, we have a yellow lock chip with the fire monster. For the main blade, we have a brave main blade, but the retool of the plastic is insane. Look at these contact points. There is no way this is not breaking. Yep, this is definitely breaking. I don't think I'm gonna battle this for obvious reasons. I don't want a piece of plastic just flying and hitting me in the eye, but it does look pretty sick. Let's check the weight. 33 grams. Okay, this is very heavy comparing it to the real one. 31 grams. Okay, so this is the first time that the retool is actually heavier than the real one. And I think this is because of the extra plastic here. Now for the assist blade, can you guys guess what assist blade we have? It is another Slash assist blade. And this one comes in a solid dark blue. This blade looks sick, but battling with this is literally playing with fire. Now for the ratchet, we have a normal 4-sided ratchet, no steroids, no nothing, and it fits in well with the blade. And for the bit, once again, we have a ball bit with high burst resistance, and it fits in well with the ratchet. Now let's move on to our next and last CX retool. We have this Werewolf CX retool. And just like our previous retool, the contact points are insane. Let's start off with the lock chip. As you guys can see, we have a Werewolf design. And this looks pretty good. YCF is hiring some damn good artists. For the main blade, we have another Brave retool, and again with crazy contact points. Let's check the weight. 33 grams. Okay, so just like the blue one, this is heavier than the real Duran Brave. Now for the assist blade, you guys are not gonna believe this. We actually have dual. I'm just kidding, we have slash. It is just a solid black slash. I honestly like the concept of this bay being a werewolf. I just wish that they were a bit more creative with the main blade. Now for the ratchet, we have a normal 4 ratchet. It is actually the exact same ratchet as the CX Drake. And for the bit, we have a black flat bit. And here we have our CX Werewolf retool. Alright, now let's test out these baits in the stadium. Here we are at the stadium to test the fake CX retools. And let's start off with the CX Drake. And instead of the black ball bit, I put a purple flat. Let's start off by doing a test launch. Oh my god. It looks so cool. Now let's do a battle between CX Drake and Wolf Hunt. And we have an over finish. Ooh. Okay. It's kind of missing the attacks. Drake lost a lot of stamina. And Wolf wins. Stream dash, big hits. Drake is losing its balance. And Wolf wins again. Now we have the CX Unicorn. Let's do a test launch. And wow, this also looks super good. Now let's do Unicorn against Drake. Ooh, and we have an over finish. Oh, it came back. And Unicorn wins. Oh, big hit at the beginning. Unicorn has more stamina than Drake because it has taper. And Unicorn wins. And the paint is already starting to chip. No. Big hit. Oh, and Unicorn came back from the extreme pocket. Now we have the CX Turtle. Let's do a test launch. Pretty nice. We have Turtle against Unicorn. Direct hits. Okay, both bays are tilting. It looks like Turtle still has a ton of stamina left. Oh. And Unicorn wins. Oh, big hits. Okay. Yeah, Unicorn is bullying Turtle. Yeah, it looks like Unicorn is able to destabilize Turtle very easily. Oh, extreme dash. And we have an over finish. Next up, we have the Wolf retool. Let's do a test launch. Ooh, very nice. Let's see how it does against Drake. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so far so good. And Wolf wins. Ooh, big hits. All right. Yeah, Wolf is taking the hits extremely well. Drake loses all of its stamina. And Wolf wins. Alright, now for these two, I am super scared to use them for very obvious reasons. But I'm still gonna do some test launch to see how they look while spinning. Okay, this one looks pretty nice. Okay, it's not as sharp on the fingers. Now the Werewolf. Yeah, this one is an attack type. Yeah, again, a bit easy on the fingers. You know what? I might do some test battles with this one because the contact points are way softer than this one. So let's do Werewolf against Unicorn. Let's hope it doesn't break. Okay. Nice hits. Oh. Losing his balance. And it gets cooked. Okay. And Unicorn wins. So far it does look like Unicorn is the best out of all the retools. Now let's do one last battle. We have Turtle against Werewolf. Oh. And we have an overfinish. And a huge shout out to channel member Requiem. I will leave his YouTube channel in the description box down below. If you enjoyed today's video and you love fake Beybladex reviews, I will leave a playlist with all of my fake reviews right here. This was Cool Time, and I'll see you in the next video.